If this set of numbers T1, T2 up till Tn is in GP, then we write T2 by T1, the ratio of the second term to the first term, must be equal to the ratio of the third term to the second term, must be equal to ratio of the fourth term to the third term, and so on. This will continue up till the ratio of the nth term divided by n minus 1th term. All these ratios are equal, and these ratios is called R. This is called the common ratio of the GP. Okay. So if a set of numbers is given to you in GP, then you can find out the common ratio here, and you already know the first term, which is T1. Okay. Now, if however you don't know the sequence. Okay. If you don't know the sequence, suppose if we know, let the first term of the GP be given. Let the first term of the GP be A. And if the common ratio is also given, the common ratio be R, then you can generate the sequence. What should be a sequence? Then the GP is, first term we take A, next term we take AR, next term we take AR square, next term you take AR cube, and so on till AR to the power of n minus 1. You see, this is first term, right? So AR to the power of first term means 1. So 1 minus 1. Second term means 2, right? So AR to the power of 2 minus 1 will give you AR, and so on. That is why this is AR to the power of n minus 1. This is the nth term. Okay. So remember this, we shall be using this mostly AR square. And remember this, you can take out the common ratio in this manner. Okay, dividing second term by first term, third term by second term, and so on. Also, if three terms are given to be in GP, then you can use this also. T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2. That is, second term by first term must be equal to third term by second term. Okay, this we shall be using. So nth term, remember, nth term of a GP we denote by Tn. In AP we are denoting the nth term by An. In GP we denote the nth term by Tn. Tn is this one, AR to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so remember this. We shall be using this. The nth term of a GP is AR to the power of n minus 1. Okay, and next is sum of n terms of a GP. Okay, now if you remember in AP, if we knew the first term and if we knew the common difference, we are summing up the terms as Sn is equal to n by 2. This is just I am writing this for AP, twice of A1 plus n minus 1 into D, right? This was for an AP. Sn, we knew how many terms we want to sum up. We knew the first term and we knew the common difference, right? In case of a GP, when we have to sum up the terms, here also we must know the first term, A. We must know the common ratio. We must know the number of terms we want to sum up. And the formula is AR to the power of n by R minus 1, where obviously R is not equal to 1. Okay, what happens when R is equal to 1? This is just a case, we will not come across this situation. When R is equal to 1, what is the GP? Look at this. What is the GP? A, 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 and so on, right? So what is the sum here? Where Sn is equal to how many elements here? N elements. So if you add up these, n into A, right? Clear with this? When R is equal to 1. So this formula works when R is not equal to 1. Okay. Sum of n terms of a GP. The next concept is that of geometric mean. Just as in case of arithmetic mean, we had, I told you what an arithmetic mean is. Similarly is the concept of geometric mean. if three numbers A, B, C are in GP, then from the definition, what can we write? B by A is equal to C by B, right? This is what we write, isn't it? From this definition, T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2. That means, what do we have from here? You must have B square is equal to AC. That means now B must be equal to, when we take the positive square root, not the negative square root. So we will not take the plus or minus sign. Positive square root only. Okay. B is called the geometric mean of A and C. Okay. So you have B in between, just like in your arithmetic mean. We are calling, if A, B, C were in AP, we are calling B to be the arithmetic mean of A and C. Here we call B to be the geometric mean of A and C. And this is given by B is equal to square root of C. Okay. So remember this. These results, we move on to the problems. Question number 1. The question here is 5x, y, z, 405 are the first 5 terms of a GP. That means they are in GP, right? You need to find out the values of x, y, and z. Okay, so here, that means if 5 is the first term of the GP. So here, what do we refer to the first term as? We refer to the first term of a GP as A, right? So we write here A is equal to 5, first term of the GP. Okay. What is x here? X here is the second term, right? And what is the second term? What is the second term of a GP? If you know the first term, and if you know the common ratio, I say let the common ratio be R before this. Let the common ratio of the GP be R. Now see, as I told you, if you know the first term, if you know the common ratio of the GP, you can generate the GP, right? So therefore, here what is T2? T2 here is X. Second term is X. That means AR to the power of 2 minus 1 must be equal to X. That means AR must be equal to X. That means what is A here? A here we have already got 5R. So 5R must be equal to X, right? Next, third term, T3 here is equal to how much? Y. That means AR to the power of 3 minus 1, the nth term of a GP, is equal to Y. That means AR square must be equal to Y. And what is A here? A here is 5. So 5R square must be equal to Y. Right? Next, T4, the fourth term. The fourth term here is 5, Z. Right? So T4 is equal to Z. That means AR to the power of 4 minus 1 must be equal to Z. That means AR cube must be equal to Z. Put the value of A. You know the value of A to be 5. 5R cube is equal to Z. And finally, you have the last term, which is T5, the fifth term. So T5 is equal to 405. That means AR to the power of 5 minus 1 must be equal to 405. That means AR to the power of 4 must be equal to 405. Put the value of A here. 5R to the power of 4 is equal to 405. Right? Now from here, what are we getting? We can get the value of R from here. Right? So from R to the power of 4, we get as 405 by 5, which is 81. That means R to the power of 4. What is 81? As a power of 4, it is 3 to the power of 4. That means R must be equal to 3 here. So see, we have got the value of A as 5. And from this, we have got the value of R from this, right, as 3. So therefore, what is X? X is equal to 5R, right? So x is equal to 5r is equal to 5 into 3, which is equal to 15. What is y here? 5r square. 5r square is equal to 5 into 3 square, which is equal to 45. And z here is 5r cube. So 5 into 3 cube. Okay, so this is equal to 135. So I've got the values of x, y, and z. I hope there are no questions here. Is this clear?
No, sir.
Next question. Question number 2. Question number 2 here is the second term of a GP is 18 and the fifth term is 486. So here what is given? Second term of a GP means T2 is given to be 18. And the fifth term is given to be 486. So T5 is equal to 486. I say let the first term be A. And the common ratio be R. So therefore, T2 is equal to 18 means AR to the power of 2 minus 1 must be equal to 18. That means AR must be equal to 18, right? So call this 1. Also, the second condition given here is T5. T5 is equal to 486. That means AR to the power of 5 minus 1 is equal to 486. That means AR to the power of 4 is equal to 486. This is the second equation. We need to solve these two equations. How will you solve? Divide 2 by 1. A will cancel. AR to the power of 4 by AR is equal to 486 by 18. So here A and A will cancel. You will be left with R cube. R cube you can cancel here. 18 you can cancel here with 27. That means R cube is equal to 3 cube. That means R must be equal to 3. That's it. Okay, you've got the common ratio. You needed to find out the first term and the common ratio. So we have got the common ratio, and if we want to find out the first term, we use equation number 1 from 1. AR is equal to 18. Put the value of R here. 3A is equal to 18. That means A must be equal to 6. So first term is 6, common ratio is 3. That's it. Next sum. Number 3. Find the value of x for which x plus 9, x minus 6, and 4 are the first three terms of a GP. So given here, x plus 9, x minus 6, and 4 are in GP, right? So if I say T1 is equal to first term, x plus 9, T2 is equal to x minus 6, I say T3 is equal to 4. Therefore, T1, T2, T3 are in GP. From the definition, what can we write? T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2, right? If three terms are in GP, put the values. X minus 6 divided by x plus 9 is equal to 4 by x minus 6, right? So cross multiply, you'll get a quadratic in x. X minus 6 whole square is equal to 4 times x plus 9, right? You will simplify this, you'll get this quadratic. X square minus 16x is equal to 0. That means you get x into x minus 16 is equal to 0. That means either x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 16. So you're getting two values of x. So first case is case 1 when x is equal to 0. So what are the terms of the GP? X plus 9, x minus 6, 4. X plus 9, x minus 6, 4 are in GP. That is, put the value here, 0 plus 9, 0 minus 6 and 4 are in GP. That is 9 minus 6, 4 are in GP. So this was case 1. Case 2, when x is equal to 16, x plus 9, x minus 6, 4 are in GP. Put the values, that is 16 plus 9, 16 minus 6, 4 are in GP. That is, you have what are the terms here? 25, 16 minus 6 is 10, and this is 4 are in GP. Okay. So now the question here was to find out the terms of the GP, right? Let's see the question here. Oh, okay. Question was calculate the fourth term of the progression in each case. Okay, fourth term, fine. So what I do here is once I know the GP, calculate the fourth term of the progression in each case. Okay, in each case. So for case number 1, so let's try here. I forgot to do here. These are the terms of the GP. So what is the common ratio here? Common ratio is this is your T2 and this is your T1. So R is equal to T2 by T1, isn't it? Minus 6 by 9. So that means the common ratio here is minus 2/3. What about here? If these are the terms of the GP, what is the common ratio? Ten by 25. Cancel with 2, cancel with 5, 2 by 5. So in the first case, the common ratio is minus 2/3. Second case, the common ratio is 2/5. And that was the question. Okay. Can I proceed now to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Number 4. The question here is the nth term of a GP is 2 into 1.5 to the power of n minus 1 for all values of n. So given here is Tn, the nth term of a GP, 2 into 1.5 to the power of n minus 1. Write down the values of the first term and the common ratio. So first term, what should be the first term? First term is T1, right? Put n is equal to 1. 2 into 1.5 to the power of 1 minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 1.5 to the power of 0, which is equal to 2 into 1, which is 2. The first term is 2. Next, they are asking you to find out the common ratio. For the common ratio, you need the second term also. Second term, T2, is twice 1.5 to the power of 2 minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 1.5. Keep it as it is, or you can multiply also, no problem. Or you can keep it as it is. So therefore, what should the common ratio are? T2 by T1. 2 into 1.5 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.5. So as simple as this. So our first term here was 2 and the common ratio is 1.5. Next question, number 5. The fourth term of a GP is greater than the first term, which is positive. I mean, the first term is positive by 372. So given here, that's right. The fourth term of a GP is greater than the first term by how much? 372, right? T1 is given to be positive. First term is positive, right? The third term, next condition given is third term is greater than the second term by 60. This is a second condition given. Calculate the common ratio and the first term of the progression. So from these two conditions, T4 minus T1 is equal to 372 and T3 minus T2 is equal to 60. We will calculate the first term and the common ratio. So I say let the first term be A and the common ratio be R. Okay. So therefore, P4 minus T1 is equal to 372. What does this mean? P4 is AR to the power of 4 minus 1, AR cube. And T1 is A only, right? First term is A or AR to the power of 1 minus 1. Okay. So this is what are you getting? A times R cube minus 1 is equal to 372. This is the equation that you are getting. Call this 1. Also, what is the next condition given? That T3 minus T2 is 360. T3 is how much? AR to the power of 3 minus 1. That means AR square. And T2 is how much? AR to the power of 2 minus 1. That means AR is equal to 60. From these two, you can take AR common. You get R minus 1 is equal to 60. Right? Call this 2. Now from these two, we want to find out the value of, we want to solve these two equations to find out the value of A and R. So what can I do? I can divide 2 by 1 so that A will cancel. A R cube minus 1 divided by AR into R minus 1 is equal to, you have 60 by 372 by 60. So that means here A and A will cancel. You are in the numerator you have R cube minus 1. So you can use the formula for A cube minus B cube. So R minus 1 into R square plus R plus 1 divided by R into R minus 1 is equal to 372 by 60. Right? So you can cancel here also. You can cancel here with 12. This will cancel 31 times. And this will cancel 5 times. And here R minus 1, R minus 1 will cancel. Right? So you'll be left with, now you can cross multiply, get 5 times R square plus R plus 1 is equal to 31R. Now you can express everything as a quadratic as 5R square minus 26R plus 5 is equal to 0. Now you can factorize this. 5R square minus 25R minus R plus 5 is equal to 0. That means you can factorize this as R minus 5 into 5R minus 1 is equal to 0. That means you get either R is equal to 5 or you get R is equal to 1/5, right? So again, you have two cases. The first case is when R is equal to 5, case 1, when R is equal to 5. So from 1, equation number 1, what is equation number 1 here? Let's use 2 because the power of 1 is 3. The power of 1 is R is 1 here. So it will be easier to use 2. So let's use 2. So from 2, AR into R minus 1 is equal to 60. Put the value of R here, 5A into 4 is equal to 60. So from here you can get the value of A, 20A is equal to 60. That means A is equal to 3. So A is equal to, in the first case, A is equal to 3, R is equal to 5. right? First term and the common ratio you need to find. So in the first case, this is the first term and this is the common ratio. We now move on to case 2 when r is equal to 1 by 5. Exactly similarly, from 2, put it here. AR into r minus 1 is equal to 60. Okay, so you put the value here. R is 1/5. So 1/5 A into 1/5 minus 1 is equal to 60. Okay, so you get, take the LCM, you get minus 4A by 25 is equal to 60. That means you get A is equal to minus 375. So in this case, A is equal to first term minus 375 and the common ratio is 1 by 5. Now in each case, if they ask you to generate the GP, right? If they ask you to write the GP, what should be a GP here? AR, I mean 3 into 5, AR square, and so on, right? Into A r to the power of n minus 1. This is the GP, right? In this case, what should be a GP? AR square, and so on till A r to the power of n minus 1. They have not asked you in this question, but suppose if they ask you, then you can find out easily, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that is finishes our this part of the question. We move on to the next question. Okay, you had to find out the sum of first 10 terms also here. Okay, so this, let me find out the first 10 terms. For case 1, what was A here for case 1? I missed
A
the
is
third
equal
part.
to 3.
A is equal to 3. Okay, and what was R here?
5.
R was 5. Okay, so you in for the third question, okay, let's say this is the third part. For case 1, you have to find out the sum till 10 terms. So S10 you need to find. So S10 is, what is the formula? A r to the power of n minus 1 by r minus 1, isn't it? N here is 10. Put the values 3 into 5 to the power of 10 minus 1 by 5 minus 1, right? So that is, you can calculate this here from your scientific calculators. You can calculate. I'm not calculating. Okay. So this is your first one. So this is, you can calculate this to be 3 by 4 times 5 to the power of 10 minus 1. Okay. For the second case, what was the A and R here? Values? Tell me. A is equal to how much?
A minus 375.
Okay. And what was R here?
1/5.
1. Therefore, S10 will be equal to same A r to the power of 10 minus 1 by r minus 1. A here is minus 375 into r to the power of 10, 1/5 to the power of 10 minus 1 divided by 1/5 minus 1. So you get here minus 375 into, if you take the LCM here, you'll get 1 minus 5 to the power of 10 divided by 5 to the power of 10. And here you will get minus 4/5, right? And now you can calculate from here, whatever it is. Fine. So this completes your third part. Moving on to the next part, the last sum for the day. Now tomorrow, I might take an extra class. Okay, I'll inform you in the morning, same time. question is, if p plus qth term and p minus qth term of a GP. Okay, I've moved on to the 10th question. Okay, okay. Have I missed any question here? Okay, seems okay. Okay, I missed that question. Anyway, we are doing number 5. We'll do number 6. Next question. Number 6 here is calculate the sum of 20 terms of this GP. So the given GP series, geometric series, the given geometric series, because why should I write series? Because the sum of the terms are given. 2 plus 6 plus 18 plus and so on, right? So what is the corresponding geometric sequence or progression? The corresponding GP is, write this as a set, 2, 6, 18 and so on, right? So here, what is the first term? First term here is 2. So A is equal to 2. And what is the common ratio? T2 divided by T1, which is 3, right? So you need to find out the sum till 20 terms. So you need to find out S20, isn't it? S20 is A into R to the power of N. N here is 20 minus 1 divided by R minus 1. So this is A into 3 to the power of 20 minus 1 divided by 3 minus 1, which is 2, 3 to the power of 20 minus 1 by 2. 2 and 2 will cancel here. So we'll simply get 3 to the power of 20 minus 1. You can leave your answer in this manner, or you can calculate it with your help of your scientific calculators. Okay, they have, okay, have they given any significant figures here? No, they have not given any significant figures. Fine. So you can keep it in this way, or you can calculate from your scientific calculators. Fine. So number 7. Let me just start number 7. The nth term of a GP is 2 to the power of 2n minus 1 for all values of n. Write down the numerical values of the first 3 terms. Okay, let's finish the first part then. We'll continue with the second part tomorrow. The nth term of a GP is what is given here. The nth term Tn is given to be 2 to the power of 2n minus 1 by 3, right? Calculate, write down the numerical value of the first 3 terms. So therefore, what is T1 here? First term, 2 to the power of first term. Let's write first term, T1. And what is T1? T1 is also equal to A, right? We take the first term of the GP to be A. 2 to the power of 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 2 by 3. So the first term is 2 by 3. Second term, T2 is equal to, put n is equal to 2 in this, 2 to the power of 2 into 2 minus 1 by 3, which you get as 2 to the power of 4 minus 1 by 3, which is 2 cubed by 3, which is equal to 8 by 3. Third term, T3, put n is equal to 3, 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 divided by 3. 2 to the power of 6. Okay, you have a minus 1 in the power. 2 to the power of 6 minus 1 by 3. 2 to the power of 5 by 3. 2 to the power of 5 is 32. 32 by 3. That's it. These are the first 3 terms. Okay. And next question is, let's finish the last one also. Calculate the sum of the first 10 terms correct to 3 significant figures. First 10 term means S10, right? So for this, you need the first term, which you already know, 2/3. And we also need the common ratio. We don't know the common ratio, but we know the terms, first 3 terms, so we can calculate the common ratio, T2 by T1. which is 8 by 3 by 2 by 3, which is 3 will cancel, 2 and 8 will cancel here. So get common ratio as 4, right? So therefore, what should be S10? A r to the power of 10 minus 1 by r minus 1. Put the values. A is 2/3. R to the power of 10, that means 4 to the power of 10 minus 1 divided by um, 4 minus 1. So you get here 2/3 into so I get 2/3 4 to the power of 10 minus 1 by 3. So you get twice 4 to the power of 10 minus 1 divided by 3. Now you can calculate this with the help of your scientific calculator as 233,016.89, right? But they have asked you to give your answer correct to 3 significant figures, if you see, right? Where is the question gone? Okay, correct to 3 significant figures, right? So we need only till these 3 significant figures. So we can write this as 233,000, correct to 3 significant figures. Clear with this question? I'll stop here.